Got one, got one, got one. Oh, nice fish, nice fish. Oh, big perch, big perch. Oh, got one, got one, got one. The smallest fish I think I've ever caught with a crankbait. Welcome back, everybody, and today we're at a beautiful lake here in New Hampshire. I'm going to be trying to go for some bass, maybe some crappie and panfish. I got 2 rigs set up here, so should be a good time. For the one rig, I just have a regular Texas rig with a crawfish lure on there. It's weighted. I have a 1/8 ounce weight on there, and the other one I just have a little jig head with a smaller grub. So should work pretty well. It's really cool. I don't know if you can see, but there's a house hidden on that island right there. They have a pontoon boat and everything. Really cool setup. It's also been super windy today. Right now it's like about 10-mile-per-hour winds, so it's not horrible, but it is pretty tricky to be able to paddle around because everything just wants to blow you to the side. Switch over to the Senko for a little bit, see if I have any luck back here. So I tried out the Senko for a little bit and also the crawl. The crawl, not too much interest. The Senko, I think I had a nibble, but I missed him on the hook set. So it's a really clear lake, so I went with a pretty natural color with the watermelon green. So now I might try out the panfish rig, see if we can get anything with that, and hopefully get a fish on. So the lake that I was fishing at this week was called Lake Armington in Piermont, New Hampshire. It's a very clean lake and full of all different kinds of beautiful species of fish. Looks like something bit off the back of my little grub here. That's a good sign. I wasn't even recording, and I got this little yellow perch on that jig that I had. Look at that. Awesome. All right, skunk's out the boat. Got a beautiful little perch there. Oh, there he goes. All right, there we go. First fish with this panfish set. Let's see if we can get something else. This is the soft plastic that I got in a mystery tackle box I'm actually using on this little jig here. It's the Euro Tackle Micro Finesse. It's called a Fat Assassin 2-inch, so pretty cool. It's also scented. So I took a bit of a break from what you guys previously saw, and I went back, ate some lunch, and then I went back out of the water to try to catch something. But this time I didn't bring my GoPro. I tied on this grub here with this jig head, and I snuck around the corner. I fished all the way down this stretch here, and I snuck around the corner, and all of a sudden I got a huge fish on. It ended up being what my guess is 2.5, 3 pound smallmouth bass. First smallmouth I've ever caught. It was such a cool fish to catch, and unfortunately I didn't have my GoPro on, or that would be such an awesome clip for you guys to see. But now we got it. Hopefully we hook on to something even bigger or the same size, because that was pretty cool. Oh no. I just cast that so high in the tree. I just paddled down to the end of the lake too. Ooh, I just had a big swirl on it. That's a good sign. And the wind is pretty much pushing me to the south side. So as long as I paddle to this side, I'll be able to have a constant flow towards back to where I started. So that way I don't have to worry too much about paddling and can kind of just cast. That was a big fish that I just disturbed. I don't know if it was a smallmouth or pickerel, something. Another tiny perch. This guy's a little bigger than the last one I caught yesterday. But I guess he just swiped at it and got a face full. It's a pretty big lure for a tiny guy like this. There he is. See, buddy. Skunk's out the boat at least. So I'm back out, it's around 5:30, and have this soft plastic swim bait here to hopefully get something on it. Maybe a bass or a pickerel, anything really I'll be happy to catch. So let's give it a shot. That was a family of loons. There's two with like black heads, like the grown-up loons, and then there's a little one, little baby. It's pretty cool. They're the craziest sounding birds, I swear. If you've never heard a loon, you definitely gotta listen to one. Caught a lily. Finally got another fish, this tiny little bluegill. I put the panfish rig on there, and there he is. Beautiful. Thanks, buddy. Got one. There he is. Another bluegill. Beautiful little guy. It's probably the best one of the day. Alright. Thanks, buddy. Had a bite. Good morning, everybody. It is now the next day, and today is a little bit windy, but overall pretty nice day. It's really sunny out, and the wind I'll probably try to use to my advantage. I just paddled down to the opposite end of the lake, so we're gonna ride the wind and the current down just along the bank and cast along all the structures. So should be a good time. Hopefully we get a better fish than we did yesterday. And I have a couple new rigs to try out to hopefully get something good. I have a little crankbait tied on here, kind of to simulate a bluegill, because there's a lot of little bluegills and sunfish in this lake. So maybe a pickerel or maybe even a bass would hook onto that, and hopefully it's a good one. This is the rig I'm most looking forward to using. It's just this orange jig head here with this 3-inch swim bait on the end. So hopefully a pickerel or something will hook onto that. I saw a bunch of videos yesterday on how to go fishing for pickerel. I haven't done it much, and a lot of guys said that this is a good rig to use. So we'll try it out, and since the spinner baits weren't really working for me yesterday, hopefully this will do something. Oh, just had a big smallmouth on right at the boat, and he came off the trebles. That's a good sign. I was just casting randomly in the middle with this little crankbait. So I'm just gonna keep throwing this, hopefully get something. Got one, got one, got one. Oh, nice fish, nice fish. Yes. Big old smallmouth. Okay, okay. There we go, guys. Awesome smallmouth. I'll get you guys some better pictures in a second. So here's a little better look at the lure that I caught that with. And those things are so much fun. I didn't even realize how much more they fight than largemouth bass. Like, that was only the second or third smallmouth I've ever caught. And literally, as soon as it got to the boat, it's like as soon as it saw it, it snapped my rod down and started going on a run. So a ton of fun to catch. And I might get another one here on my heavier gear, and then I might switch this lure over to my lighter setup to fight one on that, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. But awesome fish. When I got home from this trip, I actually made my own variation of the lure that I used to catch all these smallmouth. It was a really good lure. It worked really well and had a pretty good resemblance to the lure that I used in New Hampshire. Unfortunately, I lost it before I got to use it much, but it was pretty cool to try to replicate that lure. Ooh, got one, got one, got one. I didn't realize I had one on. It's not really fighting like a smallmouth, so I don't know what it is. Oh! A tiny little smallmouth. Look at that. Awesome. Definitely not a monster. Still a cool fish to catch. Got one in the side there. Sweet. Look at that. Thanks, buddy. All right. I was just trolling this along and got this little perch here. It's a pretty cool fish. Awesome. Thanks, pal. Sweet. Whenever I was going in between spots, I just tried to kind of throw it behind and keep paddling, and that ended up working pretty good. It bit really hard, so I was like, maybe it's a smallmouth, but then it just ended up being a perch. But biggest perch of the trip so far. That was pretty cool. There's a loon swimming around, so I don't want to cast in case he thinks my lure's an actual fish. But they're crazy. They just dive under and you don't see them for like 30 seconds and then you see their head pop up. It's crazy how long they can hold their breath. Okay, this is officially the smallest fish I think I've ever caught with a crankbait. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize I had a fish on. This tiny little perch. That is crazy. Look at that. Alright, well, I don't even know how he went after that. Because it is in his mouth. So, he did, but okay. Look at that guy. See you, pal. Thank you. That was crazy. I don't know what's harder, catching a big fish or catching one that small, because catching one that small on a lure this size might be harder than catching a big fish. I don't know. Leave it to me to catch the smallest fish in the lake. Got a fish. Another smallmouth. Oh, no. He spit the lure. Ah. Cool fish, though. Dang it. Smallmouth, compared to largemouth that I normally catch, they definitely like to jump more. Like, I've only caught, I think, one largemouth in my life that really jumped. But smallmouths seem to be really into that. Almost everyone I caught jumped, and it worked because I lost 3 of them. So, got a fish on? Not sure what it is yet. Oh my goodness. Big old bluegill. Likes this lure too, I guess. That's a beautiful sunfish. Holy cow. Got him in the side a little too. Okay. Come on, pal. Help you out. Cool sunfish. Awesome. Another species of this lure. I'm just trolling along and got a big bite. I don't know what it is yet. Ooh, feels like a good fish. Not quite sure what. It's not jumping, so I don't think it's a small. Oh, big perch, big perch. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. That's a huge perch. All right. Wow. That is so cool. That's a huge perch. Holy crap. I was just trolling him along the side there, and he pounced on it, man. That's awesome. All right, well, I might be eating this guy for dinner. Might be frying him up later, I don't know. But yeah, there he is. Holy cow. All right. Beautiful fish. Holy cow. That's a huge perch. At least biggest one I've caught here. I haven't caught a bunch of perch in my time, but that's definitely a cool fish. Alright, I'm gonna get the stringer and throw him on. Sweet. Here's a better look at him. That guy's a huge perch. I don't know. Normally these guys don't get that big, I don't think. That's a yellow perch, by the way. That's what we've been catching a bunch of the little guys of, but there we go. That thing fight pretty well too, but I knew it wasn't a smallmouth because it didn't jump at all. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty neat to catch, and I'm pretty sure they don't get that big. They're kind of like panfish. I think they're in the panfish family. But yeah, pretty cool fish. We just cooked them up and fried them up, put some Louisiana fish fry on them, and I overcooked them a little bit, but overall it was a really delicious fish. Some good white meat, so pretty neat. I got these tiny little eggs on my treble hook. I accidentally just picked up, but I think that's what those are, eggs. It's really slimy, and all these little dots. I don't know. Those look too small to be like tadpole, like frog eggs, but probably some kind of fish eggs. Wow, that's crazy. When I wasn't kayak fishing, I was also doing some fly fishing off the dock. This was a ton of fun and allowed me to catch all kinds of different panfish just from off the dock. That include like sunfish and also some perch as well. It was really cool. I also set my GoPro in the water on the steps there, and we got to see the fish actually go after the flies. All right, last chance to catch some fish, and I got a new lure tied on, so maybe we'll get some luck on our side. But it's been raining on and off all day, so we might only have an hour or so, but we'll see what we get. Also, the very top of that mountain up there, yesterday my family and I got to hike it, so that was a lot of fun. 2 miles up and then 2 miles back down, but it is an awesome view at the top. So if you ever come to New Hampshire, I definitely recommend hiking because it's a ton of fun. They've got a lot of cool mountains to hike, so definitely something fun to do. That is it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It was a ton of fun fishing this week, catching all different kinds of species that I've never caught before, like yellow perch and smallmouth and all kinds of cool stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.